Red. Tell me what happened last time.
Yeah, well, it's all with Amelia deciding to make some moves, mostly reaching out to Scott, trying to take the position of a bit more power to be able to negotiate better with, well, Hana at the very least, because it didn't really go that well. So with that permission and with that power backing her, she decided to go back to the table as she sat down to talk with Lihana to ask her again for better terms and to try to work out this relationship before it goes to Fubar, as now she has to make moves and here she has to make them quickly. And with a bit of charm and a much better conversation with a bit more confidence there, it seems they were able to come to a bit of a better deal. House Nerifon was willing to take the risk of working with someone relatively unknown for a better benefit in the long run. Mostly in the sense, of course, they make sure their ties are much tighter and less of a chance for House Alos to fuck them over later on down the line. And by doing so, mainly by having Scott's firstborn child marry into the house and ensure that tie is, no way to break that so easily. And of course, she didn't see any problem with that, but of course, she needed to make sure she had the go ahead from Scott for this, but which Lihana was willing to do. And of course, asked for drinks later, as she seemed to have enjoyed the conversation with Amelia. While that was going on in negotiations and such, Hikmat went off to Richmond, as Scott instructed her to take Lady Helga for safety and to ensure that they don't mostly get killed by who's been hunting her down. As they made their way past the tram to the last stop to a very much dilapidated and destroyed set of people. Well, standing strong, but still living in not the best conditions. As, House Artorias, taking the letter that she had with them and escorting her throughout the city, seeing that the people have been, very much dealing with their own tragedies, and talking with the guards there who explained a bit more of their history, all that they lost and how they were forgotten. And it was only through, Lord Alos, Lord Commander, who was able to ensure they survived what had come much later, though it still probably didn't save much in the long run. And sitting down and speaking with, I believe, the leader of Roderick Artorias, as he explained that the letter from Scott told him that apparently assassinations were after her, and they're willing to keep her hidden, though for a short period of time, probably 6 months at best, more likely. And with that, they will also train Helga, which, Hikmat has no problem with and thinks it's due time, as believes that it's better for her to be prepared for the world than to be left so defenseless. And of course, that means Helga and Hikmet will probably be separated a bit, as whoever's watching them more likely won't see them together. And of course, Hikmet must learn to blend into the strange world as best she can to ensure she isn't spotted either. And she understood that and explaining that to Helga as well, who seemed to be a bit sad, but very excited about the prospect of learning to fight and use a weapon. And of course, while that's going on, Amelia also went back to Scott to explain things about what was going on and break down exactly what this deal entailed. Scott seemed to shrug and take it at face value, trusting Amelia's, her negotiations, as well as the fact that she seems to be booting out, Bailey, who seems to have gotten on her ire. And, he's been promoted to his station in Lumen, so that'll be someone else's problem to deal with. Scott seems to be more than happy to give the responsibilities to Amelia to be acting ruler while he takes care of the military campaign that's been going on. And hopefully he'll be back within a, reasonable time span at the very least. He explained as well that he sent off Hikmat and Helga to be hidden off to hopefully not get in trouble or endanger themselves. As well as the fact that he seems to be amused about the idea of, Dorian's marriage along with, I believe, Cassia. Marriage, he seems to not to be anywhere around because they can see it going to explode in their faces later on. But who knows? Maybe they'll work their things out in the long run. Regardless, with Scott's blessing, Amelia went back to run things while he was dealing with the war effort, and seemingly, of course, having a bit of a private conversation with Hana, getting to know each other, talking about each other's likes and dislikes. Hana apparently's love of gardening, as well as the fact that she was also a slave at one point, and through her, someone noticed her talent and decided to promote her to have more freedom. And as that was going on, a bit of a civil war infighting happened to their house, and through that, two factions were built, death, destruction, and all that. And one leader emerged, her eccentric leader, a bit unorthodox in the long run, abolish slavery, and apparently a little bit of chaos reign, and those who seem to be fit can rise up, but it still left things a bit in scrambles. But she seems to still follow his lead at the very least. And with a bit more conversation and seeming to getting to know each other, I believe that's where it ended last.
Yes, as I am pretty sure at this point, things are getting underway as the war preparations are proceeding smoothly. Hekmat, you're gonna stay in hiding for 6 months while the army gets deployed. Amelia will be going around the planet, mostly in Europe, but definitely. Sorry, can't I just change its UI again? You'll be going around the planet, traveling from like court to court, but mostly staying within Europe and managing the day-to-day problems as well, the temporary regent until Scott returns. I'm gonna need a community. Presumably, the first crisis on the list for you is the rising tensions between Cassia and Dorian. As well, their spheres of influence do overlap every now and then. So why don't you give me a communicate role if you want to help mediate a lot of their problems? Because, well, as you can imagine, the problems appear in the sense that while Dorian has a large control over the planetary intelligence agencies and spies and all of that sort, there are plenty of places where Cassia has her own informants and envoys, as she does tend to focus a bit more within the high levels of society, especially, and she has very good relationships within Chom, the Spacing Guild, and, well, kind of like noble families off-world as well. Whereas Dorian is much more local in nature. But within Ashar, he is definitely much better established. So there's gonna be a lot of problem when it comes to foreign espionage, especially.
You said a role?
A communicator role. As for the difficulty, I think like I'm gonna make it one of those extended roles. For over the 6 months, it's gonna be a total difficulty of 12. So you can give me your first roll now. How many successes?
Does the persuasion focus apply here?
Yes.
All right. I'll buy 1 dice using threat.
Okay, that's good.
3 successes. I'll re-roll that 18 because I have bold.
Okay. You'll probably get like around 4 rolls. That's another
There we go.
success. Good. Listen, the long, arduous journey of sitting in a room with both of them and playing both referee and mediator. As, listen, they are also trying to screw each other over at every occasion they can. They're not being as forthright as they should be. There's tension between them on all levels. So having someone who mediates between the two of them that they can both trust, that's not just you're not just gonna fuck them over, is definitely gonna help out things. But other than that, I'm not sure if there's any special thing you want to focus on.
I'm gonna be honest. Not really. I presume has the Neferana envoy has Hana left already, or is she still around?
Yes, she would have left shortly before Scott leaves for the war.
Then yeah, I suppose as like a on like a personal thing, it's probably gone cold by now. But Amelia would look a bit into the burning of Hikmat's like temple, just see if there's anything like she can find amongst the.
So I'll say this because you're a regent now, unfortunately, so you have more responsibilities than that. So you can focus on that. That's one project you can focus on. There are also some problems potentially on the planet.
Oh yeah, so if there are other problems, then I'm sorry, Hikmat. If there are other problems, your temple takes a back.
I understand. I understand.
All right. I did want to bring up the fact that well, this is not a new problem. This is something that has existed but was sort of quashed down about 3 years ago when rumors, very unofficial rumors, stated that the lady Alkindis, Hadia, she was like Scott's mistress. So some of the rivals of the house kind of backed off of that. With Scott kind of like away to battle, some of these rivals are back on the prowl, pressuring them. And specifically, it is House Kiz that is pressuring them. As well, Alkindis is very important to both your economy as a planet and to the Kiz manufacturing process, because a lot of the raw materials they extract from the mines and the alloys that they make are like directly used in the Kiz manufacturing process for the blades and other weapons. Like their blacksmiths in Kalashin are like specially trained to work with this metal. Now, of course, when you buy stuff, there's a lot of back and forth when it comes to negotiations. So Kiz is like pressuring Alkindus into a political alliance so they can. Well, you're not really sure, but they could either be trying to monopolize this, they could be trying to strong arm them into giving them a better deal, because they know the lady is quite young and inexperienced. They already have a bad reputation, so it's not like they have many allies on planet. So that's kind of like one of the problems that's brewing. And second, and well, the second one, quite urgent. Takes about a month in for you to get the news that Lord Bailey has unfortunately passed away. Fell from one of the balconies, loose flooring, which threatens entire Helheim scheme of because right now it's his wife that is in control of Lumen. So I'm not sure what you want to do with that, but that might also be something you want to not leave completely unattended.
Yeah, neither of those things. Neither of those things, no.
I'll say you get to focus on, because both of these problems are big, and well, I'll let you decide which one seems more important.
Yeah, the kids thing is an immediate thing, but like in the long term, the Hellheims can cause a lot of damage to this operation while we're in such a vulnerable state. So I think she's
Well,
going to focus on
I
Victoria.
think I can put it like this. Helheim represents your foreign policy. His represents your internal policy. Whichever one you want to be more on top of. Because if you let kids do whatever they want, they're probably going to end up as a more powerful house. But that doesn't necessarily mean a big thing for you specifically, or for the planet. Now, there are the rumors where Hadia was Scott's mistress, so you're not sure exactly what the thing is there. And you do remember that when Bailey found the special like necklace gift, it was like destined to her from him. And well, the Helheim is just the foreign policy of like keeping the Helheims in check so they don't cause problems for you in the future. There's like multiple ways you can approach these situations depending on what your target is. As for example, you could just have Helheim killed and be like, well, they hate us already, so I don't have time to wrangle this beast. I'm gonna kill her now, cut off my losses, deal with them in the future in like a year when they take hostile, like more offensive hostile action against us, and focus on the internal problems. Or be like, well, I'm not gonna let House kids probably grow more in power. They're not like directly opposed to me, actually. I'm pretty sure they're like my allies overall. And I'm gonna somehow ensnare the Helheim princess once again with like a different political marriage or through some other means, if you want to think about that. Keep the Helheims sort of in a checkmate position where they can't just declare fucking war on you.
Yeah, I think Amelia is going to focus on Victoria, on Helheim. Yeah.
Okay. So what would your approach there be?
I think the approach would be to try to get her into another political marriage, but like I want her to be a much more willing partner on this, because like we tried the Bailey thing, and maybe Bailey was just incompetent, but
I'll be honest,
I have a-
you don't, because the problem is you do also probably know about the child thing. So there's no real way I'll feel like you can get someone who's very competent at sort of what's the word? Placating her. That would be like the best way you could get her to not be super hostile, right? Get
yeah.
someone who can placate her well enough. And you might be able to swing something. But for that, as you don't have experience to gain an asset, well, you can roll to find a suitable individual, and well, I will do my best to find someone.
What would that be? Communicate or discipline? Understand?
Oh, if you want someone who is good at communicating, I think communicate would be good. If you want more of a spy individual, you can roll discipline. And if you just want to find like a more basically just a pawn for you to put there, you can roll understand. And each of these would have their own benefits and downsides. The guy with communicate, probably not gonna be a pawn to you. Probably gonna like demand things in return. Probably has his own little scheme going. The guy with discipline might have a hard time placating her, but would probably be smart enough to just avoid basic assassination attempts, and would be like extremely loyal to you. And the pawn would be like the cheapest thing, which, well, at the very least, he'll be able to give you a lot of insight into what's going on with her. But will probably die in like another month or two at most.
Let's go with communicate.
I will say difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. Does deceit, charm, or persuasion apply here at all?
Yeah, I think persuasion does.
All right. I shall buy 1 threat. Five successes.
Okay.
Nice.
Now give me a second. Because you will probably have to have a private discussion with this man before you send him off. I need someone that's like slightly sleazy, but not too much. Yeah, as you actually get the name as well.
Man with no name, Dan.
It's fine, I can get like a German name quick.
Yes, naturally, so the sleaziest of Europeans.
Specifically Austrians.
Damn, is this man gonna call me a slur?
Oh god, the website's not loading. Call him like he's gonna deport you. See. You know, I think I'll let Mac vote. Which one of those names, Mac? You're like the closest thing to an Austrian I know.
Well, no, he's the farthest away from an Austrian you could get while still being German.
Carl.
There we go. Yeah, listen. You meet this well, he is basically no real noble titles. Get that. Oh, Gruber. There you go. as well, as you asked around for someone who might be able to tackle the situation and is willing to step into what is obviously a bear trap. Only Dorian's agents would have suggested many people that, well, Cassia would have informed you that such individuals, while they might be good spies, would prove quite poor husbands for someone like her. Then she would suggest this man to you, as she would have informed you that he is quite ambitious. He is a snake, but he is a snake that won't bite the hand that feeds. So, as you will meet with him in your office, he like walks in, kind of like politely bows. Lady Black, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Shall not, Mr. Gruber. Please take a seat.
Here, well, I have been told about been delivered your gracious offer, and I must say it is quite to my liking.
Mila will nod. You come highly recommended.
I do. Does seem my reputation has grown in the last few years. I to presume that I am to be your, well, man on the field.
Yes, the previous agent made a mess of things and, oh, not around anymore. So I do need a expert of sorts.
Well, I'm an expert in many things. I think I can handle the young lady quite well.
Mila will nod. That's good because, well, I'll admit, Mr. Gruber, you will be starting at a disadvantage. Because I want her to be more than just stuck here with us. I want her to be a much more willing collaborator than she has been up to this point. I understand I am might be asking quite a lot of you, so what compensation do you desire for this job?
Well, presume stewardship of the city, or no less. I will have her eating out of the palm of my hand in half a year or so. And by extension, from yours.
So Amelia will nod as she'll say, she is currently holding it as regent for her dead husband. A new steward has not been confirmed. Say this, you say half a year. I'll hold you to that, Mr. Gruber. In half a year's time, this job's not been done satisfactorily. Well, there's only so much protection I can offer for so long.
He'll smile and nod. Don't worry, you are an enabler, Lady Black. I am the executioner. the young Lady Helheim will understand the meaning of obedience. Submission is an art form. One must be delicate and stern when the time calls for it.
Amelia will smile. Oh. I hope you live up to expectations.
He will smile and nod. I won't disappoint you, my lady. Yeah, he will, unless there's anything else you want to question him on.
Yeah, like she will do like a bit of an interview on like the rest of his skill set because like
Yeah, so this man won't. He's not gonna be like obvious about it, but he's not gonna like hide it. He's gonna use very flowery language. His plan and his skill set is in like emotional manipulation, and the plan is to just like use every tactic in the book to make this woman question herself, question her sanity, start becoming dependent on certain things. Like just this man is truly and utterly like clearly has trained for this. And now whether he can deliver or not, that will remain to be seen, but he definitely seems to have the right idea when it comes to manipulating people.
Yeah. Amelia will nod at that, and after that, she'll send him off. Not the approach she would have preferred, but unfortunately, somebody botched the nice approach, so time for something else.
Listen, this assures you at the very least some temporary, probably long-term control as well. But yeah, as well, why don't you give me another communicator role for the Cassia and Dorian relationship?
Yes.
As like
yes.
months would pass on again.
All right. I have 2 momentum, right?
Yes.
Spend 1 momentum, and I'll buy another threat. You strategically fuck over Red later.
I heard it. I heard it in your voice.
I'm gonna go make a coffee and be back in like.
I'll wait to roll then.
You are the Dr. Phil marriage counselor for these two. That's kind of hilarious, not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, that was a hard choice. Like his is a very immediate thing, but like, damn. The problem is, again, a year Helheim could declare war, but there's a lot more they could do before that.
Especially with Victoria, I feel like you don't want her as an enemy right now.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like I think like it was either focus on Victoria or just kill her. Either just kill her and then like try to cover it up for as long as possible, or actually like try to solve that problem.
Exactly.
Ignoring it was definitely, like in my opinion, like not a very good option. Although, like, yeah, Kiz is more or less an ally to House Alio, so them getting more powerful is not ideal, but it's also not like a disaster.
Yeah, you can still maneuver that. they could also prove to be more useful in the future for you if you can still keep that relationship going.
It is nice to see that Aragyle is getting more work. Still a piece of shit. The Vastani phenotype.
I always said it did a job.
Yes,
Does in
the,
fact.
the soul phenotype is real. Dracula is a nerd.
It's nice to see Grunt is keeping, like, even in other settings, people with the Vistani soul phenotype are nothing but psychopaths, cheats, and thieves, liars.
Well, listen, they are based. Okay, I'll stop myself.
I mean, it wasn't until the second edition of the Ravenloft setting they were changed to Vistani. They were in the first edition of the Ravenloft setting. They were just called gypsies.
Oh God.
They were, yeah, no, it was not until the second iteration of the setting that they got changed into like their own culture. They were, and when I say gypsies, I mean like they were literally Romani who could travel dimensions. I don't mean like they were just called that. They were literally gypsies from Earth.
I can't believe.
Early Ravenloft is fucking crazy, man.
God bless
a wild
the
time.
Austrian God bless the Austrian Frontex agents protecting us from the fucking dirty gypsies.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, technically, the Vistani, because they can leave the Ravenloft setting, you can encounter them anywhere in the D&D multiverse.
But I know
Which means if
about
Grant was
that.
a brave man, he'd include them in Nexus.
Sure.
I was talking about the Vistani in Ravenloft because I noticed this is Aragyle. It's nice to see his soul phenotype is liar, cheat, stealer, swindler.
Grunt,
But I was not talking like in the D&D multiverse,
That's true.
Vistani can like dimensional travel. So if Grant was a brave man, he'd also include them in like the Nexus.
stole the name from a brave Austrian Frontex agent who was trying to stop him from entering the European Union.
That's the actual thing. I'll have like I'll name all the minorities just with like Austrian names.
Yeah. Because I was talking about them, how in the first edition of Ravenloft, the Vistani were just called gypsies, and they were literally just Romani from Earth who could travel dimensions.
There's a
What's
reason.
fucking crazy.
Listen, there's a reason why Romania and all the multiverse iterations is like a stable country. Nobody wants to go there. They're all like, fuck that place, man. Just move away. They're gonna steal you. They're gonna pickpocket you, Alaric.
The angel goes to Romania. Where's my sword?
Let me give my roll here.
Six
successes.
successes.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
That was previously was 4, so 7, 8, 9,
It's 10.
10. Damn, I'm
Yeah. Going very good. Going very good. So, listen. At this point, it's been 4 months since Scott left, and well, news is hard to sort of get, especially from a planet at war. But well, Katya and her Spacing Guild connections would have brought you the first actual report, more than just well, they're there. The fact that it appears that X has contracted many more sort of relief aid from a few other places, as it does seem that the fighting has not gone the way Scott hoped, and it's been dragging out, and it's quite messy. Not looking good for Scott and his people. But at the very least, he's alive, because otherwise the war would just be over.
Yeah. It's to hear, but that's it's up to him to win a war. I'm keeping the fucking. I'm my home front's my full concern right now.
Is true. Is there anything you would like to with your next kind of like free action, if you want to focus on anything specifically.
Yeah, on the free action, like I know she would like to check in with House Kiz about the thing with Alkindis. I more or less just to check in on what they've done and if there's anything that can be done about that. Even if it just boils down to having to confirm what they've already done for goodwill.
Well, there's rumors will go about the fact that Lady Alkindis has been betrothed to a member of House Kiz, which does signal the process of taking over their land is gonna be done through diplomacy and subterfuge, but it's gonna be, well, at least they're gonna try to do it.
All right.
Which means no armed conflict, but oh god, I should do this. God,
What?
I realized I'm literally doing diversity hires right now.
DEI? Wokey? I told you, you are Wokey.
Nah,
God,
he's a European centrist. This man, Zaz.
I'm looking for ethnically diverse pictures. Let's see if I can find one that appeases my sensibilities.
You are him, as I said many times, Grum. He's your soulmate.
I mean, listen, to the average American right winger, that's the wokest man alive. He married a trans person. Don't you know, Mac? Don't you know?
Oh my god, how? You know what? I realized subtlety is for cowards, isn't it?
Always. Always. Subtext is for pussies. Never use subtext. You should have your themes be in bright, fucking burning letters on the page.
Okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna do, but before I get to that, Hikmat, you've been spending at this point it's been 4 months in hiding, and well, other than trying to fit in as best as you can, what is there anything you want to do before I throw the first thing at you?
I don't think there's much she can really do other than, of course, making sure she integrates with these people and gets to know them. I think she has a little bit of a respect for them because of their harsh conditions and how they've lived so far. But outside of getting to know them at a personal level, possibly, that's really all I can think of right now. And of course, making sure Helga's alive from a distance.
Unfortunately, I do remember you rolling less than what you need.
Yeah, I didn't get a failure.
One
I didn't get a
less
6.
die.
Yeah, one less die.
That's one airplane full of MS-13 goons.
God, English names are weird.
It was literally the end of the session, too. Literally the last roll of the session. And for whatever reason, Red was like, no, I won't buy Threat. This is what you get, Red. You should buy, honestly, minimum 1 Threat. Honestly, I should have been buying more Threat. I should be buying 3 Threat for the past 3 rolls.
Okay, there we go. There's one sounding name. As yeah, listen, it's like after 2 months, you're sort of again, and you're like wearing the full helmet and all. Like people should, with the exception of Lord Artorius and like 4 other guys, nobody should like know who you are, what's your business here. You are completely trying to like blend in. It's during one of the well, these people do pray a few times a week. They have like a special gathering where they hold like um, ceremonies and all in this like massive ruined church. And well, it's Sunday morning as you are praying alongside the other warriors, as one of them kind of like leans in a bit and says, "You new around here?"
Is Grunt roboting bad for anyone else?
For me, it's fine.
It's you, Zaf.
No, shit, no, it's me.
It's yeah. The Lake Erie land sharks striking in.
Yeah, this other knight leans in and says, "You new around here?"
Grunt. Do I know this fellow? Does he look familiar at all? Since I know
You're
it's
all
been a
wearing
few months.
helmets, right?
Yeah. Okay, I
The
didn't know we were.
the
Okay.
voice doesn't sound familiar. No.
Hmm.
No, these people pray in their armor. It's like their armor is very
Ah.
ceremonial as well. It's very like you would have been taught that your armor is it has very much, it has like special significance to them, and it represents how well you take care of yourself and how much you respect your Lord and God.
Gotcha. Yeah, Hickmack will. Are we allowed to talk during this time at the prayer level? I just want to make sure I
Some
understand.
people can whisper, like it's not normally like people are meant to like sort of listen in and like because you don't all just like there. So
Yeah.
I forget because I'm thinking of like Orthodox Christianity. So there's like a couple of guys in front that they're like doing the praying. There's like choirs singing, and most people are usually like it's meant to pray in silence. So you kind of like just let
Yeah.
the people out in front do the actual ceremonies. So you can technically whisper, right? It's not like
Yeah.
frowned upon.
Gotcha. Says we are in prayer. At the very least, you can keep the noise to yourself.
Just noticing some stuff, and I was wondering if you want some directions.
I don't think I need help in directions, though. I appreciate your assistance.
It's a
And why the
sin to
curiosity?
pray mechanically. You're meant to understand these things.
I see then. At the very least, I will take your words to heart. Why so curious?
I see someone come in here, and well, I'll assume that's why I'm asking. If you're new, then it is forgiven. If you are not, then, well, you need to take this up with your superior because you've clearly been you lack the understanding of what we actually do here.
You are correct. I am fairly new. Now, may you hush so I may understand, as you say?
I think I see it now. Pride. Great sin. Led to the downfall of many.
Yeah, yes. Well, as you say, I have much to learn. So, if you would let me learn in quiet contemplation.
It's not how you learn, though. You learn through listening and understanding. You wish to brush it off. Well, I suggest you do that outside and not take in vain the holy ceremony happening in here.
I see. I mean no disrespect. Like I said, I'm trying to understand. That's all I ever wish for.
And instead of bowing and, well, doing everything, glancing around, see what others are doing, take a moment. Realize it's not about the ceremony, about what you believe. You understand.
Ah, wise words. Something I also take to heart. Belief is something that should not be scoffed at or dismissed.
Your armor is also fashioned slightly.
That is, at the very least, I can take in some notes from you. I shall try to do better.
No, you will learn how to do it properly. I will teach you. You're lucky. Not everyone is as understanding as I am.
I see. May I ask the name of my would-be teacher then?
My name is Athelstan.
What did it say when I cut you off there?
Athelstan.
What do you say, Grant? Mike? Are you roboting for me a little bit?
Oh no. Am I roboting for everyone?
No, just for a little bit.
No, not about me for me anymore. I had to exit the call and come back on.
I think
And I-
I think it's the Pennsylvania land sharks
The
right now.
virus has spread to red now.
It's a
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
Halloween.
right now.
Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. What did he say his name was?
I posted in chat.
I'm about to call him atheist right there. Athelstan? Okay.
Athelstan.
Gotcha.
someone here clearly hasn't been in a game about in an Anglo-inspired fantasy setting for the past like several months. It shows.
Like it's like the guy from Vikings.
Mm. Gotcha.
One of the easiest names to pronounce in Old English. You're welcome, Red.
I do appreciate you thinking of me. We've been here before, and it did not go well the first time.
I would ask yours, but I'm afraid you would punch me.
Well, at the very least, you do seem to be wise beyond your years at that.
I believe that is just a misconception based on our different reference points.
Yes, it is. Now, Athelstan, if you would be so kind as to let me learn, I would appreciate that. You may teach me later.
Have to go, Commander.
What do you wish of me, Athelstan?
Well,
I'm trying to...
I would like to. How do you think people learn around here? Do you think they just watch something they don't understand until eventually knowledge forms within them? That's like saying you learn how to fight by holding a blade and swinging it enough.
Am I not in prayer? Am I not watching and understanding and respecting? Would you want me to interrupt the ceremony then?
No. You are also not very... You hope you know how to swing a sword better than you pray.
Am I doing your prayer wrong then?
You are doing it wrong by refusing to understand that understanding comes not from passively watching, but truly asking, listening. You are hearing the ceremony, but you are not really taking it in, are you?
And how would you suggest one takes in the ceremony then?
I believe by opening not just your ears, your mind, and Well, I can walk you through what each part means.
Very well.
From
I could not say.
an outsider's perspective, you are clearly not one of us.
Very well then. I am more than willing to say yes to such a wonderful chance to learn.
Yeah, will nod, and as the ceremony kind of proceeds, you will probably for the first time, because none of them would have bothered. These knights, they're very dogmatic. Most of them, like the guys you interacted with, are not like what you would call people persons. So they would give you like the holy texts and fucking shit to study, but like it's very hard for someone who comes from a different background, who doesn't understand some of the language nuances. There's a lot of things, which is why, well, when he explains it like you would explain it to a child, which, well, maybe some people would find that demeaning. It does just allow you to understand a lot more of what's going on, where he's not using sort of theological terms, right? He's using like very colloquial language, which
Gotcha.
yeah turns this like ceremony from something that you before might have considered just like kind of weird dogma into almost like a story that they tell each day that culminates within certain they kind of go through a rotation of what's the word in English? Safe fables, but I'm not sure if that's the word. Are the fables
Fables
the
could be. Yeah, that could be it. Basically, what the Bible is to some people.
yeah, so there's basically they go through a series of rotating fables, kind of like each week there's a different one, and they're trying to like teach certain lessons, as well as combining it with certain other more advanced theological concepts, such as like God and existence and absolution. Things that you can find there's plenty of kind of like common lines with what the Fremen believe, whereas these people they don't want to see, or they don't want to see Dune become a great green paradise, but they do want to bring paradise to the universe in a very similar manner. There's a lot of overlapping areas.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, it does seem to you now that you understand that these are not like just ceremonies. These are ways that they remind themselves of certain virtues, certain practices that they should engage. It's almost as if collective wisdom is being passed on and like reinforced each week, but in a way that's very like I say musical. Is that even a correct way to phrase this? It is presented very artistically,
Mm.
like layers and layers of obfuscation almost to an outsider. Like an outsider would have difficulties understanding this at face value, but because he is breaking them down as if he was talking to a child who lacks the education and like formal upbringing within this society, you are able to relate much better just through the perspective of your own religious beliefs.
Mhm.
And you do realize that some of the things you were doing were quite mechanical in nature. Like you were looking as like, okay, what is the person next to me doing? I'm just gonna do that. And that's not always good because certain people get what's the word? Inspired. They get inspired by different things. So the expectation is not that everyone behaves in unison, but that people react slightly different throughout the course of the ceremony, which is something like it's a nuance that you completely missed on. Whereas you were trying to find patterns and failing, he has now allowed you to actually understand the logic behind it, so you don't have to follow into arbitrary rules. And yeah, he'll kind of just walk you through it. The ceremony usually lasts about 2 hours, so he's kind of just walking through all of it until the very end. I'll say.
Yeah, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
She will thank him, actually. Stiffly, but she will thank him for his help in this.
As he will sort of take off his helmet, which is something you don't really do in this in the church. He'll say, "One last thing, I do need to see your face, make an actual report. But a show of respect, I've also shown you my face."
Has she been keeping? I assume she's been keeping her helmet on this entire time. Like
Yeah.
she's never once taken it off in front of anybody.
Like I said, it's Lord Arturius, it's Roderick, and like 4 other of his guys that know you're here.
Mm. I cannot.
All right, as he like puts it back on. Then I suppose you won't mind if I escort you to the local garrison.
Are we alone, basically, or is it just
You're
other
not
people around
alone,
us?
but you are in one of the corners, sort of kind of like more in the back part of the church. And like the church is not like a well illuminated building. It's actually quite poorly illuminated, mostly by candles and holes in the roof.
Oh, okay. I have come here for refuge and nothing more. I do not require trouble. It is best if
A
we
night.
just leave this alone.
You understand what you just said to me, woman? There are 2 options. Either we make a scene, get arrested, you comply, and we take this to the garrison. Can try, I suppose. I'm not.
Nah, I can't.
I'm
There's too many
not
people
sure what the
around.
fuck is this gonna achieve.
Listen, I
Sir
can't.
Artorias, I killed one of your guys. Why? He was questioning me. Why was he questioning you? Well, I apparently I was doing the rituals kind of off.
Listen,
And he
I
thought
don't
I
know
was
this
a
guy.
spy.
I think this is a hitman. There's no hitman freeze I can dump his body in that no one will ever look into.
Actually, not.
She will grimace as she's making sure no one can see her face. As she will take it off, but making sure she can put her helmet on quickly enough. If that's all right to say. Not too sure how exactly they look. That option.
Quickly take it off and put it back on, and he kind of like
Mm.
has an eye. He'll kind of like glance at you. I definitely haven't seen you around.
I don't think you've seen many of me around.
I'll remind you because it's dark. He couldn't have spotted the blue eyes.
Oh, okay. Damn, did he see me at all? Do I have to go in the sunlight with a lamp
Well,
for this
he
guy?
kind of saw your face, but like I'll say it's
Mm.
kind of like dark inside.
Oh.
And I'll remind you, the blue eyes, they don't glow. They they're kind of look like a bit dark.
Mm.
Especially in this lighting. Same. But like without making too many racial statements, Harad, I think you are different from these people ethnicity-wise.
Ah, even that level. Gotcha.
Yeah, this is the city is based on Saxon, like the Saxons. No, there are in fact no black people here.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Listen, all I know mainly is an orange notebook that everyone really likes. I just didn't realize we're at that level again, but I got you.
Fremen are a very distinct culture that not everywhere has the same thing.
None of the brown people anywhere. I got you.
Well, there are brown people on the planet, just not here. This area is not that colored.
Was that to your satisfaction, or? Do I have to take more of this off?
I would merely prefer you identified yourself and stated the purpose of your... Not even sure what you're doing here.
I do not mean to cause harm, that is for sure.
You are wearing our uniform. You're not one of ours.
At the very least, I just mainly seek refuge. I don't mean to cause any trouble or cause alarm for you.
Seek...
I'm not really...
What do you mean by seek refuge?
Well, I'm here to ensure that people who are after me don't come after me, and this is the best place for it. No one would look for me here. And so far, I have not caused any issue.
Are you here on behalf of the Lord? Does he even know you're here?
Yes.
He just kind of like shakes his head. Says, if I spotted you, I assure you, any would-be assassin definitely would have noticed you here as well.
Well, at the very least, they haven't decided to strike just yet. Maybe they're waiting for their chance.
You're not the intended target?
That could be a possibility as well.
It is very difficult for people to infiltrate Richmond, especially for assassins, but well, it's not impossible. I am a very unattentive man, so you should really watch out.
I will take your warnings to heart, at the very least. And I do thank you for your critiques.
Where do you hail from? You don't mind me asking.
I'm Fremen. This is not my planet.
I'll have to excuse my lack of knowledge. I don't know what that means.
I'm surprised. It is, well, it's not this planet, that's for sure. It is, I presume this place has been cold and snowy, right, Grunt? Is that all right to say, or is it a different...
No, not on the coast here. No.
Oh, okay.
It's like a temperate climate.
Yeah, I got you.
Much colder than Dune, regardless.
Yeah. And I know I don't have the best stats for it, but can I roll to see if, like, is he fishing for information in the sense that he's, like, basically an assassin after me, or is he just actually does not know what a Fremen is at all?
I can give me a discipline roll.
You already caught the trout.
I'll say
what
difficulty 1.
Okay, would observe be all right for this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen. Don't get the feeling that if he was an assassin or a spy, this would be a very weird thing to go for.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much. And he doesn't really know what a Fremen is at all.
Well, I mean, to talk with him about that.
Yeah. You've really never heard of
other conversations with him.
You've never heard of a Fremen before.
No, I can't say I have. Is that an uncommon thing?
Oh. At least the circles I've traveled with since I've left my home, but then again, everyone was prepared for me, so maybe that's just... Oh, we can't be known everywhere in the world. And the universe.
Must excuse my ignorance. I have never left the city, other than when I was called to serve my lord.
Well, there's not much to say about my people. Everything is much different from this place, that is for sure. Desert and dry and full of death. Though it has, when you know what to look for, it has its beauty. It's my home.
I would not discount such a land. I've made many pilgrims into the mountains. It is a enlightening experience to be alone with your own thoughts.
Yes. But I will not lie, these lands are strange to me. It is very off-putting at times.
Can imagine. So if you are here on behalf of the Lord, running away from assassins, you must be an important person on the outside.
It's more who I represent that matters more than who I am. But at least I believe so.
I won't ask who you represent, but we hope that they are providing care for you.
Always.
Our Lord reminds us every day. God will not help us, but we must help ourselves. Honor him.
True words. Wise ones at that, again. And I do plan to honor him.
Not to take you up on your undressing offer, but if you wish to be taught the proper way to do the bindings at the shoulders and the ankles, I've taught many others.
It is knowledge that is worthy to have. So yes, teach me.
Let's go to the center of learning. I'll guide you out of the church. He will sort of lead you through the crowded streets. As well, it doesn't take you too long to realize that as you approach the large, sort of semi-collapsed building, it is taking you to a school. See, like young children running around. When I say young children, I mean like teens. It's kind of like 14 to 16. As like immediately once kind of like he'll take off his helmet. As they like notice him, they like immediately stand at attention and kind of give him a short salute.
So you are a teacher for the young then?
He nods. It has always been my noble calling.
At the very least, you prepare them for what the world may throw at them. It is, as you say.
I don't believe I prepare anyone for anything, but I do try my best. He's very sad when he says that.
Your people have been through many hardships. And I've at least learned that much. And not all of you have survived it.
It has been a difficult time. I was left behind. And the cavalry left. And the city was put to the torch.
That she survives is a testament. It should not be looked at with shame at all.
I would disagree, and well, my commanding officer would probably disagree as well. But I believe honor and pride meaningless exchange for our lives. Hence why I am a teacher, not a proper soldier.
I see. Sometimes in the wake of such horrors, all you can have is survival. No one really comes out clean when it comes to war.
I think surrendering is one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do. I'm not sure. I do often find myself thinking that death might have been an easier penance. As you'll kind of go inside the building, you'll check up on like other students, like immediately salute him and just move on. Here we are, as she like opens one of the rooms, leads you into a classroom of sorts. Alright. Well, I have to take off some of the armor plates.
Well, I guess you did take a bring up on the offer. She kind of jokes. Presumably, she knows how to at least take them off, right?
Yeah, no, like it's so the problem is like with the things he was pointing out was certain ways to tie up knots on like certain parts that are like more like decorative than like functional, right?
Yeah.
It's like very subtle things. Well, unfortunately for you, Red, this man just does not like he'll kind of look at that and not get the joke. It's fine. As yeah, he'll proceed to teach you how to do, and he's decently good at explaining things to you. That's for certain. As he'll spend an hour sort of going through how to tie the knots and how to arrange the sort of kind of like belts on the gear. And well, he'll help you create certain like mental imagery. Like he'll not just like show you how to do the knots. He'll kind of explain to you what those things mean, why they do it like this. He's gonna like tell you like what seems to be a folk tale about it. Like all of the way they dress and present themselves also has like a lot of hidden meanings that you were just never told about.
Gotcha. Once she's done, she will. I assume it fits better as well because she understands
Yeah.
how to use it correctly. I feel a bit more comfortable now. Thank you. I would ask what exactly I can give you in return, but I'm not too sure there's anything I can really give you. I don't have much in the way of money. You people care about that, right?
He kind of like looks genuinely confused. Money? Purpose would I have for that? Can I eat the money? Can I drink the money?
Exactly. It's just a common form of compensation, I've been told.
Ah.
But
He shakes his hand and says, the best way if you want to compensate me, I suppose, is help someone else when you'd notice it. We each help each other be a much better world. The
Ah.
next person you see struggling, even if it's a minor thing, reach out. Extend a hand.
You're very much a strange man then. But I will make sure to keep my word on that.
Your eyes, though, I must ask. Is this because of the drugs?
It's because of my home. It's something that is on the planet itself. In the air we breathe, the sand we walk. There's no escape from it. And it's a reminder where I'm from. That's not something I'm ashamed of.
That's the point where he like you see his face kind of like almost as if the dots have connected and he finally realized you're from that place. It's like I see. I suppose now it all makes sense. I must apologize. I'm not the most perceptive individual. My knowledge is quite limited to what I hear from second and third hand accounts.
It is all right then. Eventually we get to this route. But yes, I am from that planet, Dune.
You described it interesting way, at the very least.
How would you describe my home then?
Not be able to. I've never seen it. You're the first person who I've spoken with has been there, lived there. The only person I would trust with their opinion.
Oh, at the very least, I can go on its beauty, and if you have not lived there, then you will never fully understand. Most people who are outsiders never understand what Dune is, what it means for us.
You can always humor me. Understanding is not required to appreciate different forms of beauty.
Are you sure this is no ploy to actually, I don't know, learn a little bit too much here? Seem awfully friendly.
Is that uncommon to you? Considering your abrasive personalities doesn't surprise me, but I'm not sure if the abrasive personality came before or after.
Let's just say there's always a means to an end in these types of conversation. I was just a bit surprised. I didn't get this feeling from, from your people.
They have been through much. They are proud. Well, they do not like outsiders, and it says, they say conflict tests us, brings out true strength. But I think there's also a risk of losing small pieces of yourself in that fight. You lose pieces until you forget that you're not just a blade. You have a soul. You have a heart. People can be both soft and sharp. Unfortunately, much easier to lose the soft parts. And much too easier to sharpen the other ones.
It's so strange how similar you are to my people and how dissimilar you all are to my people. Loose in certain ways and so strict in others. like a very distorted mirror almost.
How so?
My people have also been through many, many hardships. I think as long as we've been on that planet, my ancestors walked those steps. We've learned to survive, as your people have, and the most names left learned to find honor we could. Learned to find our own path, our own way, when the whole world had never even noticed us. Until one day they did. And then it went as it always does. They did not understand, so they took. And we've been fighting ever since. My people, from the moment we open our eyes to the moment we close them, a blade is all we know. Because it's the only way to survive out in Dune. The desert takes the weak. But there is family, community, blood shared, things left sacred for us, beliefs and all that. It's easy to dismiss them if you don't pay attention, at the very least.
They say that this world, our existence on the world, is a test from God. Yet when we reach paradise, the test will be over. We'll be judged. My question always was to spend an entire life sharpening a sword. Are you expecting the final test be something else? You wish for the final test to be something else? Or are you content with just sharpening a sword?
I would say we expected the final test to be our swords were needed for that. And it came true. And it still needed that everything that we wish for, paradise included, must be earned through blood. That's the way of things. Nothing is given.
I gave you some small device today. Tomorrow there might be someone else who might give you half a meal, a piece of bread. There are things that are given and not taken. That is how we've survived here. We have no economy to speak of. Small communities, small families working together to survive. And yet they still sharpen their swords, not because they plan on using them, but to ensure that when the day comes, we will be attacked again. We'll all be able to defend ourselves.
Again, so very similar.
Because he'll kind of chuckle a bit and nod, says, I personally believe paradise is not taken, it is built. One cannot build anything with a sword. You need other tools for that.
Well, I will think on your words then. Teacher, I presume may I lead the lesson now?
Of course. So if you wish to speak more, I always have classes here.
Why not? You're the most interesting thing I've seen so far.
Do appreciate that compliment. You are also quite well. I see you as I look at a flower and the way the petals intertwine. And yet the spikes hide themselves just underneath the surface, as I'm sure.
Well, you are a very smart man at that then. I will see you again then. As she gives the proper, I guess, salute that they would do for this place.
She'll like smile and turn it. Can't believe you're calling this man gay.
I
Can't believe this.
he's gay.
Your judgmental statements were like roboted out. But I'm pretty sure you were being judgmental towards him.
No, can you hear me now?
Yes.
No, I mean, he's like homosexual, like how the Greeks were. He's like gay, like Socrates.
I was about to say you could he's a teacher. If you say it this way, ass, this is a
Oh my god, you called him a pedophile as well now. Wonderful. Can't believe this.
No. So you could call Socrates a lot of things. He criticized pedestry. He didn't like it.
Oh god. But yeah.
Socrates did look at his fellow Greeks and were like, that shit's weird, guys.
Is there anything you want to do, Hikmat, after this? Or like in the coming, like immediate aftermath?
Yeah, I think one, she wants to report to, has she had any contact with Richmond, or she's supposed to be staying away from that too as well? I mean, not Richmond,
is
but,
the city. I mean the Lord?
No, not Richmond. Yeah, the Lord, sorry, yeah.
It's been like limited contact, because he has like a lot of shit to do.
Yeah, outside of contacting Roderick to let him know, like, hey, someone noticed me, he helped me out, but,
Yeah, you can,
just...
you can speak with him. He'll conveniently have some free time this evening.
Thanks, Roderick.
As yeah, no, you'll have a meeting with the Lord Artorius. You walk back into like the compound. He does his more militaristic duties there. As you walk in, he'll kind of like glance up from a bunch of papers, looks at you and says, "Hikmat."
Roderick, well, make it plain. Someone had noticed my oddity, pointed out to me. It was helpful, of course, but I do have concerns that if I've caused some questions to arise, it may cause problems for Helga.
Speak.
His name is, well, he's a teacher here. I believe his name is Athelstan? Yeah, Athelstan. Yes, Athelstan is his name.
He like sort of like tries to think about it, says, I know of him. Certainly
Like I said,
not a very popular individual around here.
you may imply that a certain set of feelings going on with that.
You know, the nights when we train, we dedicate our full efforts. We strengthen our own conviction. Never give ground. Even if we die in the service of our Lord and God. And, well, during the siege of Richmond, he surrendered. Now, he claimed to have done so to save the lives of the young squires at his school. But, well, it is a very debated subject. Many of us would argue that the squires have also taken their oaths, what they've signed up to do. Ordering them to stand down and surrender is ruffled quite a lot of feathers. But he is
Well-
not an evil man. He is just a gentle soul. Not ready for the tough decisions that the world requires of us.
As long as you seem to not cause an alarm, that's good.
He is loyal up to a point. Has his own view of the world, and has been one of the few people advocating more pacifistic approach, which sometimes is beneficial, other times it is not. Right now we are not at war, so his more gentle approach with the children is highly beneficial.
I cannot really say. It's different where I am from. But if you have no alarm, then I will not have any. Though, how is young Helga?
She is difficult. Stubbornness does not yield good results. But other than that, as well as any child who has been raised by improper parents can be, she will eventually submit and stop trying to do things her own way.
She will learn to bend eventually, though I hope she does not cause herself too much harm in that process.
You are defiant, and you should expect that defiance to come with a lot of pain. This is the way of things.
True. Though I wonder if she's clinging to old teachings from a master that no longer lives. In its own small way. She's trying to maybe hold on to a past that she should let go of.
Such things only make a warrior slow and hesitant.
Well enough then. If it's not too much trouble, can you let her know I have... Well,
You may go to her quarters and speak with her if you. She has just finished today's training.
thank you then. I will leave you then.
As he'll nod. Yeah, listen, you can go to visit her because like she would be housed sort of nearby here because this is a very secure area. But that like only the people most loyal to Roderick get to like walk around free. Yeah, you'll be able to go and find her. As you can like knock on the door and you go and she's gonna like look up from her like football. She says, "Oh, hey,
Hello. It seems. How does she look? Does she have any obvious bruising, or does she just
Yeah,
look fine?
tired. She has like bruises all over her. Although she has put on a bit of weight because they like fucking feeding her like a pig. You need to bulk up, young girl. But yeah, no. She kind of like looks at you, a big smile.
Oh, hello then. It's been quite some time. How are you doing?
It's going great. Although I, hate some of these people.
Oh, why is that?
They're boring. Boring. I've never seen someone fight so ugly.
Yes, they don't have much in the way of fun here.
They just, you know how much they make me do like the same thing again and again. Boring.
Tell me you at least learned something while you've been here.
I don't think they like me either.
Have they said anything? Done anything?
No, but they get that look. Some of the servants back home also got. And I was told that's because they were like getting exasperated with me, but they couldn't like actually do anything to me.
Mm, I see. Well, outside of not well, boring. Have you done anything else, or has it only been training for you, young miss?
Shakes her head. Only training.
Hmm.
I don't
Well,
think these people know how to read.
I don't think they have many in the way of books here. These people will survive on what they can. But
Like you
I
can
may
tell,
be.
I'll say this, Hikmat. You can see what she's eating. Like they're also like giving her very good food. Like
Yeah.
this is a privilege.
Yeah. 'Cause, I may be able to try to fix your situation a bit, but I can see what I can do on my end.
Our eyes fucking light up.
But you must understand that here, these people survive on not the luxuries that you've lived with. It will not be a fun ride all around, especially what's to come for you in the future.
She like nods, kind of glossing over. It's like, so I get to train with you then?
No, no. Let me see what I can do now, Helga. I make no promises now, but I will try.
You have to promise.
Seems you are. Promise now. What exactly do I get in return for such a promise?
I promise I'll behave.
Are you lying to me or you speak true?
No, I just want to do something else. I my arms hurt. My feet hurt. And I haven't even sparred with anyone like once.
Ah, the tragedy of it all. Very well then. Since you seem to be struggling so much, I will do my best to help you, and you will do your best to keep your end of the bargain then.
Like nods rapidly.
I can't have you die on your feet before you have a chance to meet Lord Alos again. I will return shortly, hopefully with good news. She's gonna give a pat on her shoulder as she's gonna turn around and go speak with Roderick again.
Yes, you'll find him in the same frowned position. This man never smiles.
Listen, I can understand his life. He's going through a lot. Ah, Lord Artorius?
Did you forget something?
No, but I would ask if I could make a request for Helga. It seems she is having such difficulties. Would a softer touch be better for her teachings? Someone who can hopefully reach her on a level that makes it so she wishes to learn instead of trying to break her instead.
You know he is a rather poor combatant.
Possibly as well. If I may keep an eye on things a bit better there, but this may be the best option for Helga, as she will not learn if she refuses and fights her teachers every step of the way.
Kind of like grimace a bit. Suppose maybe you're right. Her progress has been painfully slow, and other than improving her pain tolerance and physical endurance, she has not taken in any of the actual lessons.
Yes. If nothing else, if I may be allowed to spar with her every once in a while, if it's not too suspicious, of course, with your permission.
This point, it would just reinforce mistakes. No sparring allowed, but you may have Athelstan tutor her. And if you want to participate, that is fine. But no sparring, no exercises that reinforce her mistakes until her technique is clean.
Very well then. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me this and allowing her this.
You'll nod.
At this time, I promise to leave you to it then.
Yeah. Listen. I will have to switch back now. It's enough torturing you for switch back now. Amelia. Well, I do have 9 threat.
Yeah.
While you did want to send the nuke towards Red, I think the nuke has kind of like turned around, like in a cartoon.
That's fine. If there's one, you know how you get out of like a threat nuke being deployed, you spend more threat.
As
If I succeed, I don't have to pay the debt back ever if I just keep succeeding. It's a foolproof strategy.
as it's about 3 days. It's literally 3 days since you spoke with Mr. Gruber. You do hear of another accident. Mr. Gruber is no more. And well, it's not just Mr. Gruber that died. It's the young lady as well.
Yeah, Melee will be looking into that. We need a scapegoat. We need a scapegoat immediately.
Now, as you're like just kind of like reading the letter they sent, and they were found. They were just found with their throats slit in their bedroom. Like, this wasn't like I'm gonna like make a subtle attempt at now. This was I killed them. Like they're trying to like contain this information back there, but it's there's in that sort of like frantic panic mode, maybe Casimir is gonna walk into your office. Say, Lady Black, if I may, I understand the situation right now is a bit dire, but we do have another problem.
What is it?
We have received reports of an unauthorized landing on planet. I believe this is a matter you should look into quite severely. There was, I still kind of like hand you a report. Less than a week ago, one of the sensors picked up a small transport ship crashing into the hillside northeast of Lumen. Luckily, it didn't damage any important infrastructure, but as you know, all authorized transports and travelers have to go through the spaceport.
Amelia will nod.
The transport ship wasn't that big. Couldn't transport more than 100, maybe 200 if you some very crammed people. Reports guards sent to investigate that have reported just the crash site empty, with a small trail leading towards Lumen. The guards, though, in the city have yet to report anything, so...
Yeah, we'll see. I'll have it looked into.
May sound as an unpopular suggestion, given how rather deadly that city seems to be. But might be a good idea to go there yourself.
I was already planning to. The guards there, the attack was so brazen, the guards there are so incompetent, I can't trust them, or they're in on it, in which case they won't find shit.
Just as a precaution, I do have a suggestion. You may wish to recruit a few more specialized bodyguards. I do believe if you have young Lord Vodnik with you, I doubt any assassins will be able to easily pass him through.
I'll request his assistance on the matter.
Not sure if there's anything else you need from me, my lady.
No, nothing for now.
Bow and take his leave. Listen, you could technically also request Nyx for help, but that's on you. He suggested Alexi because Alexi's like the best. But you could, if you want more manpower on the field, you could probably try to make some sort of deal with Nyx.
No, actually, she'd rather have less manpower on the field.
Then yeah.
Like she does want the team to investigate to be as cohesive, and by that inherently as well as possible.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, you'll be able to send a message to him, and he will probably join you in sort of like a day or two. As well, you'll both embark on a shuttle towards Lumen. Presumably, you will give him a brief rundown, but
Yeah.
well, my question is, how public are you gonna like try to keep the news as contained as possible so there's no like planetary panic?
Yeah, she is trying to keep it contained. Yeah.
So as you're en route, Alexi will just kind of like look at you and say, "So I'll assume something bad has happened to that city again, hasn't it?"
Victoria Helheim is dead. Her throat was slit in her room. I understand why we're going there, and we're going to be subtle about it. The gods are either incompetent, or they were in on the assassination.
Well, I'll be with you at all times. They, well, I'm not sure if these are the same people that tried to assassinate Hikmat. Couldn't find any traces. They, had a few maids that, well, weren't actually part of the household staff. And they were there for take a few months. Seems a bit too brazen though for their approach.
No, there was a crashed, unauthorized transport. This was a new person arriving, perhaps connected with the previous attempts on Hikmat, but could just as well be one of our enemies. Could be a Helheim enemy that wants to draw them into a conflict with someone else.
He'll kind of nod.
Get to the bottom of it. We'll rip them out root and stem.
I'll make sure you're able to do your duties accordingly.
Thank you, Lord Dwatnik.
Yeah, he'll nod. As well, with that hopeful sentiment, we'll be ending